Hi there, welcome to another educational video documenting my Web3 expedition. This video is about Hyperlend, another project with an airdrop prospect on Hyperliquid. Now, if you are not paying attention to Hyperliquid, you may want to. It may be the most lucrative when it comes to airdrops. We all know how the Hyperliquid airdrop fared, and Hyperliquid is likely to have another airdrop as well involving 33% of their supply, which is worth around maybe 18 billion as we speak. So, although under talked about, you may want to pay attention to Hyperliquid as an ecosystem for airdrop prospects. One such platform that presents that is Hyperlend. It's a lending platform. On Hyper EVM, it has a point system. You will see I'm just starting here, by the way. I only put up a position to gather data. I'm not yet ranked. Okay, so you'll see I'm unranked. But what can you do here? We'll just summarize what you can do here to get you started, and that will be the scope for this video. Okay, so you will see very quickly I got B hype, supplied B hype as collateral here, borrowed USDT against it. Okay. Let's look here. Hyperloop. So what can you do here? So this is like an automated type of lending and borrowing where you lend, borrow, then use your borrowed assets as collateral again, borrow against it again in a loop so that you have leverage. You can automate that entire process here. Like this is around 4 loops. Then you deposit wrapped ST hype as collateral, get wrapped hype against it. So for more points, I'm going to experiment with this in another video. Okay, there is also Volt. This one is more passive, where you use uh, just a moment. So let's say you deposit this. Okay, we'll talk about this in another video. This is also borrowing and lending, but in one click. Hyperloop, we've seen Hyperloop already. Dashboard. Okay, so these are the assets that you can supply. They all have their own different supply APY. It's not compulsory to borrow against them, by the way. You can just supply collateral and earn supply APY. But of course, if you borrowed, you would have more points earned. Now, why would you want to borrow? Let's say you have hype, for example, you don't want to sell your hype. Why not bring it to the Hyper EVM chain, put it into Hyperlend as collateral, borrow, say, a stable coin against it, and then put your stable coin to use on some other platform for yield or something like that. For example, the most lucrative yield outlets on Hyper EVM is PRJX. It also has its own airdrop prospect. So let's say you bring it here, pair it against Hype for 135% APR. You are able to get the yield and then you return the USDT back to get your original Hype deposit. So we all know what's possible with lending and borrowing. It's not my strong point, by the way. I'm not too much into lending and borrowing, but I did experiment. I did. I'm participating here from the perspective of airdrops. So you will notice that I deposited B hype here. The reason is because I'm trying to position for two airdrops in one strategy. So where did I get B hype from? I got B hype from a platform called Hyperbeat. It's also another huge platform on Hyper EVM, which is likely to have a huge airdrop. Very interesting platform. I'll cover this separately, but the links to both platforms will be in the description. So I went here to stake. It's a liquid staking platform. So I brought some hype here. I'll tell you how to get hype, by the way. It's very easy. The easiest way to get hype is PRJX. Okay, so you go to swap. let's say you have your asset on some other chain, you just, let's say your asset is on Base. So you get your ETH from Base, you can then use it to purchase Hype. Now, this is on the Hyper EVM chain. This just simplifies the whole process of getting started with the Hyper EVM chain. Then you can come here, liquid stake your Hype, you get a receipt called B Hype. So you're already exposing yourself to the Hyper EVM point system. It's basically hearts system. You earn what they call hearts. So you'll see I've earned 3.83 hearts, and I already have a rank on the basis of that. This is just like a $10 deposit for a few days. So I believe that you know, you can be competitive here, or when it comes to Hyperliquid airdrop prospects altogether, there don't seem to be many users. So I'm going to up my position here, by the way. So I've already earned hype here. But now I took the B hype that I got from staking hype here and brought it to Hyperlend just to expose myself also to the Hyperlend ecosystem. Although I've not earned any points here, or have I? Hmm. So I never signed here. So maybe that's why I've not earned any points. Skip tour. Well done, you've entered the unranked here. Okay, so I would expect that very soon, now that I've signed in, and here it says only 1% make it this far, rank 0 out of 56,000. So not many users as well. And you will see points, it says in progress. So I don't think that this is updated instantly. So you see this is week September 17th through September 24th. So I'm likely going to get a rank when the next distribution occurs. So before then, I'm going to up my position here. So there's also another platform where you can, so let's say I take the USDT that I borrowed from Hyperlend. I can decide to put it on this platform. I still have 0 points here, but I'm expecting points after 39 hours. I just started here to try to gather data, and you'll also see not so many users here. So let's say I borrow from Hyperland. I can use my borrowed amount to provide collateral on Felix and also earn points here. So that's the beauty of liquid staking. It allows you to recompose your funds into different strategies. So let's say I borrowed USDT from Hyperlend. So you remember I started on Hyperbeat, staked, liquid staked hype, got B hype, take the B hype, collateralize it on Hyperlend, borrow USDT, a stable coin. Then I can come here and decide to deposit it here, or which asset that I borrowed that is available here. I can then redeposit it here, expose myself to some Felix points. Interesting stuff. So there you go. 4 platforms that you can get started with on Hyper EVM. All of them have airdrop prospects. Again, there will be a list of them in the description. This is introducing you to the ecosystem. Other videos will be more of tutorials. Bringing us to the end of this video. To conclude with this video, ensure you visit airdropc.com, submit your email here to subscribe to airdrop reminders. Check the description, a lot of information there, airdrop information. Then contact me using this contact form, this Telegram, and this Twitter. Subscribe to Web3 Wikis on all socials. Stay awesome, take action.